Good morning and welcome to Fat Cow Farm. As you can see, I'm in the chicken coop. We've had a lot of response come through to us to say how we make our own soils and composting and things like that. So what I'd like to do is just show you how we do it. Basically the process being is that we need to generate around about 2 to 3 cubic meters of soil about a month, I should say, about a month. Now, the property that we had here was all just pasture land, so the soil quality isn't the best. And what we're trying to do is, with all the planting of our orchard, of peaches and apricots and plums and nuts, almonds, everything that you could possibly imagine, we need to give them a good head start in life, and this is where it all starts. So what I'll do is I'll start putting it all together, and then I'll show you how we're doing it, and then we'll go from there. So I'll see you soon. Okay, so composting and making your own soil. Now, what we've got here is just some leftover fence mesh that we had. Now, this is roughly around about 1 meter in diameter and roughly about 1 meter high. Now, this is just perfect to contain everything. Because what the basic calculation is that for 1 cubic meter of composting that you put together, you will end up with around about 1 cubic meter of soil. Now, if you can look down here, the way that I've layered it. Now, I've got straw at the bottom, like that. Now, that's come straight from the roosting house underneath the chicken coop. So that's got all the nitrogen and all the chicken poo and everything else ready to rock and roll, already mixed into it. Next I have is grass clippings. Now that's just come from around the house. So we collect those, bring it all up into the chicken coop, and then we start layering it. Now this dark one here, this is already soil that's gone through, I think this has gone through around about 2 weeks now, 2 weeks on a cycle. So that's all starting to break down. And that there is full of the straw and the grass clippings and a few other bits and pieces. So what we can see is that we start layering. I go from straw to grass, from existing compost, back into straw. I'll do another grass clippings, and then I'll do another one and layer and layer and layer. And then I'll show you what the chickens do, and we'll go from there. I'll see you soon. Okay, so here we are. We're finished. You can see my layers really clearly now. Now what we're going to do is let this sit for a week. Now what we'll find is that I put a temperature gauge in here, a compost temperature gauge, and this will get to around about 60 to 65 degrees. Now, it's important that we get that heat so that we're killing off all the weed seeds and a few other bits and pieces like that. So as we start transferring this soil across into the pastures, we're not carrying those seeds with us. Now, the process being is that this will take about 4 weeks to get the results that we want for the soil. So what's going to happen now is that, like I said, this will sit for a week. Next week I'll come up and I'm going to take the mesh off. The chickens will scratch around and flatten it all. And then what I'll do is I'll then rebuild it back up to within our cage. I'll take the cage off again at the end of the following week. The chickens will scratch it out. And what we're going to see is start seeing that transition from compost to soil. Now I'll take you up to our other coop, our other veggie garden up there, where I've already released the cage, and I did that on probably about 3 days ago. So what we'll see is that you can see what chickens do the best. Follow me and I'll see you up there. All right, so here we are. This is the one that we took the cage off about 3 days ago. Now you can see where it was. It was here, but they've spread it out everywhere. Now why that's important is that we need aeration to go through the compost to break it all down. Now you can see this little girl here, she's digging around, scratching, moving everything around. good and great aeration. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to see what I've got here. Now this, just remember, we've had quite a bit of sun here, and look at that. Good moist soil compaction, breaks up easily. And this is what we're going to be using for our summer garden vegetables in here. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Oh, and don't forget, subscribe down your bottom left-hand corner. I'll see you soon.